Hi, good evening. How's it going? Today I'm gonna memorize modern Brazilian harmony, a typical modern Brazilian harmony. And why typical? Typical because we have some kind of thinking the Brazilian harmony that's that comes from the seven-string guitar playing. The harmonies in Brazilian music, they develop it themselves besides through the choro style that has the seven-string guitar, and this because of this guitar a lot of styles were influenced by the neighbor tones between the chords on the bass. What I'm trying to say, you have the bass note and it moves smoothly to an neighbor tone. What is a neighbor tone? You can tell half a tone or one tone up, or half a tone and one tone down. This is a neighbor tone, and this sounds very typical in some styles, and the modern Brazilian music uses this resource to get the harmony next to the tradition. We hear the tradition when we hear this kind of moving between the chords. All right. Let me tell a little about what I've done today. If you want to see just the process, jump. I'm gonna tell about my reasons to how I'm working today. But I've memorized the melody of Loro of the composer Egberto Gismonti, using the techniques that I propose in my method to memorize is in a faster way the melodies. I'm gonna do a little review to remind all the melody, and after that I'm going to show you the lead sheet, and we are gonna discuss something about harmony and learn some elements that are important in Brazilian music. All right. Choro, it's a modern Brazilian song. That's why it uses this more complex harmonies, but it's inside a language accent we call Xaxado. That's a northeast style. It's very similar to forró and baião. All right. If you want to know a little more, just I have one quick tip telling about the difference between these styles, and I have the last video talking about the composition and the composer Egberto Gismonti. Alright, first thing to do, it's do the review of the melody. If I don't it I remember it by heart. Alright, I'm gonna tell I'm gonna tell you how can I say this? Sometimes it's very difficult to give classes in English because I lose some word, but I'm gonna tell I'm gonna play and use my markers, my reminders. I'm gonna tell what reminder I'm using to play the melody. All right. So it starts with the pedal. Let me close my lead sheet here and put. Okay, we have first one pedal of B flat, but they are the arpeggio with a passing tone in E flat. Passing tone in A flat. Passing tone in A flat. More complex phrase. We have the G major after C major, and after that F major with the 1, and I scale with repeated notes starting from the second. Arpeggio of E flat with a passing tone. After that we have some other arpeggio, but with a passing tone first. A piece of F7 now. And after that the same thing, but changing the second chord, the G major. This is the first ending, and the second ending will end with and so the melody is in my mind. I remember everything. Let me try to play in a more faster tempo. Probably I could commit some mistake because I'm gonna change the tempo in a fast way. If you don't wanna have mistakes, just choose one slow metronome and go up 5 to 5. All right. Time. Sorry. So the whole melody is in my mind, alright? I remind everything. It's not perfect, but it's already on my mind. Nice. let's see. Let's talk about the harmony, and let me show you the first page. Very different my clothes since today. So this is the last page, the first page. All right. So the first chord is very typical in Brazilian music. It's a chord with the seventh on the bass, and we here in Brazil, some Brazilian musicians call this chord the Águas de Março chord. Águas de Março is the song Waters of March of the composer Tom Jobim. And it's very uncommon to start a song with this chord. And the Águas de Março start with this melody that I show in yesterday's live. Look that the first chord of this composition is E with D flat on the bass. We have one this is the reduction of a groove. And alright, one thing that happens a lot that I've told you in Brazilian music, let me show you before I talk about the individual chords. Let's see the neighbor tones first, alright? So the first note is D flat, the second note is C, after that B, after that C again, but after that B flat. Note that I did two kinds of neighbor tones. One neighbor tone by C to B with the with half a tone, and after that I return to C and G B flat to get in A, in the note A. I'm not telling about the quality of the chords, okay? If it's major, minor, let's talk about this after that. So let's go to the second page, and after A we go to D. That is common motion in harmony. That's the motion of fifths, all right? If you read, if you already play jazz, you're gonna find a lot of this fifths motion. After D, G. After C, we continue on C and B flat, neighbor tone. After her head, we have one leap in the harmony. The first uncommon leap in the harmony. I'm jumping by B flat to D flat, alright? And after that we have E flat, two kinds of E flat, D flat, C again, and one different leap, that is the jump of A flat, alright? And let's see the last page. I apologize, I'm using, to give you a better quality, I'm using the back camera of my cell phone. That's why I have to play the buttons in front of the cell phone. After that, after A major, we have G, F, and other motion of fifths or fourth, B flat, B flat, E flat, and we return to the neighbor tones with this section of A flat. After that, G minor, F7, and B flat. This kind of changing tones from C to A7, I consider that it's the last common motion in Brazilian harmony. I'm telling Brazilian because we are talking about Brazilian music, but it happens in classical music also. That's it's common when we change. With juleps of thirds in the harmony. It's common to be the motion inside the chord. I'm changing the inversion of a chord. And you're gonna ask me, but I'm not changing inversion between C minor 6 and A flat. But I'm gonna tell you, this chord is not written in the right way. Alright? Let's talk about another kind of chord. I'm gonna return to the first page and I'm gonna show you I'm sorry, this second chord. We have this with the 7th on the bass, and this is played like that. It's not a C minor because I have C, A flat, and E flat. This is a very also common chord that it can be missing one note, the note G, and it's a chord that we can call it of A flat major with C on the bass. Some people here in Brazil, some composers like Dori Caymmi, I've seen another composer called Cristóvão Bastos also using a different kind of writing of the chord. He called this chord of C minor flat 6, C minor flat 6. Alright, so we have different ways of seeing these harmonies. Alright, for me, I think it's some people say that it seems like a different kind of C minor, but for my memory, I think it's easier to think in A flat with C on bass. Alright, it's the way each one thinks. But so we have. So let's see how I can memorize. If you're playing a melodical instrument, just make their pages. I already memorized the first 3 chords. It's easy to measure each one. And I have to remember just the bass. E flat with D on bass, A flat major is with D on, C on bass, and after that we have G flat 9 with B on bass. Alright, after that we are gonna return to C minor flat 6 or A flat with, call whatever you want. Alright, and here we have a change of the harmonic cadence, the harmonic time, because we are gonna start to change one harmony per measure. All right. We have this C minor, B flat sixth, and we have A minor 9 flat fifth, A minor flat, A half diminished with the ninth on with the ninth. All right, major 9. After that, we have motions of fifths now. A flat, D flat with the ninth, and G. Let me see if I memorized. Let's see from the beginning. Eyes closed. Of fifths. We have a kind of F with the sharp fifth with C on bass, and after that we have B flat. Chord written is different of the what's written on the F clef. In this D, the second D flat major, we have D natural on bass. Let's see what sounds more. With G7 with D on bass. So I'm gonna start again. Because of the bass, I'm reminding the moves of the bass, and after that we have in the last I'm sorry, I forgot to change the page. I'm sorry, very sorry. I was telling D flat 9, sharp 9, G flat 9, C flat 9, F7, FF augmented with C on bass, B flat sus, and after that that D flat with sixth and G7 with D on bass. That's not written. I'm in the measure 22. Note that in the measure 22 we have a chord written with D flat, but if you see on the bass clef, you're gonna realize that it's D natural, and I know the song, and in my memory I think it's D natural. After that we have the same structure, the first chord. This is that change of inversion. In the last two chords, C minor 6, it's not really a 6, but it's a flat 6, or A flat with C on bass, that chord I've told you, and return to A flat major. It isn't playing the first, the third is in the melody. After that we have G minor 6. It's not really a G minor 6. Note that I think it's important. People were telling me, why don't you make your own editions? But I think it's important to know the different Brazilian editions, to recognize the mistakes. It's a important process in your learning, because your ear is gonna evolve with these situations. When it isn't telling what is the your ear is gonna say to you it's something is wrong, and this process of recognizing and correcting it, you make a better, is gonna make you a better musician, right? So we have E flat with G on bass, F, and I have B flat sus and B flat. I have G minor, let me try to remind by heart. I think in the next system I didn't change the page. Also, thanks for writing me. Alright, I didn't. After that I have E flat, D flat. I don't have inversions in this place. Let me remind this last page starts on E flat, like it's written G minor. On the wrong page. Sorry for the wrong page. I'm very sorry. I apologize. Like I said, I'm having problems, so I have to watch my cell phone to maintain a not inverted image for you. I'm using my cell phone in the wrong side, and I'm using the back camera of my cell phone, and I'm seeing my cell phone on a mirror. That's why sometimes I take some time to see the comments you do. All right, but let's return. G minor. Sorry for we don't have inversion now. think it's all here. Let's see one more time this page. It starts on E flat, that's called G minor 6. We won't have inversion here. Let me see if I remind all the harmony. We have the second ending. Alright. Let's take off the lead sheet and see if I remember everything. Eyes closed. D7 with sharp 9th. C7 flat 9, F augmented with C on bass. B flat sus. Let me return. Let me look because it's far. I've forgotten. Let me take from the beginning. E flat. I have one PC that I've forgotten. We have two kinds of D. With D flat with the sixth. There were these two chords. Now I remind everything. This is a piece that I have difficult. Let me put in the screen for you. when I show you when I show you the when I'm showing you the harmony, I'm learning something in front of you. I maintain all the mistakes and places with difficult, because we have to know how to create the solution. All right. These are common problems that can happen when we are studying. All right. So in the second page, I'm having difficulty to remind this, the major sixth on the measure 22, and that's where that chord that I've forgotten. I'm sorry. These were that chords that I've had to change because they are written wrongly. All right. All right. My mind is getting a little confused, so I'm gonna change the subject. I'm gonna use that spacing technique. Let me try to join both hands. If you play a harmonic instrument, you can make some exercise of. Let's return. This is the place. So this is the place that has some problems, okay? But let me repeat to that place. So now it's easier to me to remind. So I have to remind that it's counterintuitive because I have E flat in one hand and D flat sixth in other hand. think I have all the harmony on my mind. Because of this process of trying to remind the neighbor tones, the harmony got inside my mind before I realized. And for you it can be difficult, and just write in the comments if you have difficulties to rememorize a harmony, that I'm gonna tell you a more detailed process. No problem, that's live is fast for you, okay? We're gonna do slower ones if you need this ability. Let me review. Sorry. Different chord. And if you saw some other lives, you're gonna realize that when your mind starts to get confused, the way it's to change the subject. So I can do two choices here. I can work on another music, another ability of improvisation, another important thing, and I don't recommend you to fight when the memories are crashing. Just change the subject. Study another thing, another very different thing. For example, in this case, I can use I can remind the melody, because when I do two things at the same time and the two memories are recent, you're gonna forget, you're gonna have some conflict in your mind, alright? And try to change this subject and you return later, your mind's gonna be fresher, alright? I can do this tomorrow also, without taking more the theme. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this choice. I'm gonna continue tomorrow without playing today, and I'm gonna show these doubts. Besides having to fight to understand them when if some things happen, when another things happen, I'm gonna just rest, because I have too much memory in my mind, too much new memories on my mind, and my mind will be capable to resolve this faster. All right, so that's it. I hope you have enjoyed. This live didn't end still because the harmony is not perfect. I forgot to say that not every live I try to memorize or melody or harmony I do this in the first. The most of them I do this, but when your mind gets confused and the harmony is almost ready on my mind, I prefer to take a little rest and get the results in the next day, and leave my mind comfortable to study another things. Alright, so thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow for more lives about the Brazilian accent improvisation. Bye bye.